It's $50 wood shop today. It's $50 wood shop today. It's $50 wood shop today.
Alright everybody, welcome to Think Woodworks. My name is Izzy Swan and we're going to have some fun today. It's $50 wood shop today. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this and we're going to get back to doing the $50 wood shop on a normal routine. Today we're going to have a car come by. Today we're going to work on a slab bench. It's kind of behind everything here, but I got this oak slab from my local sawyers. There's a quick tip for you. If you look around, a lot of times in your area you can find, at least here in the States, you can find somebody that's got a sawmill in their backyard or does a little bit of milling on the side. There are some places where the trees don't grow as prolifically as they do in other parts of the country where that's going to be not possible. But in our case, I've got a sawyer that's not far from here who does a lot of cutting and he's always got wood laying around. I went to him and bought some wood for another project and I came across this oak slab, and it was a cull piece because, you know, big knot here and a crack over here, and I picked it up for only $15. So today we're going to use this slab and make a small bench, and all you need for this whole project is a circular saw, a drill, and I'm going to use a little attachment for my drill for sanding. You'll be surprised how well this works. A handsaw, a couple bits, and a square, and a, a little plywood straight edge. Just everything you see here is all you need for this project, and it's going to be a fun one. So let's get started. Okay, because I haven't built any clamps for the $50 wood shop, what I've done is I've just screwed my straight edge right into the piece of oak, which will be the underside of the bench. And I need to cut off a strip of this, which I'm going to use for the apron. And I wanted to kind of clamp my piece down so it wasn't floating around, so I just took a couple pieces of scrap wood and ran some screws through that. Not ideal, but it definitely holds it in place. Okay, so now what I've got my top cut, which is underneath here. So, let me get that out of the way. So this is the top I'm going to use for the top. Blah, blah, blah. This second piece here is the part I'm going to use for the legs, and this was the one side. It has some pretty serious tangential shrinkage, so it's got a little cupping in it, but I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot the way I'm putting this together. And then I've got a piece that I cut off the bottom, and then I got a piece that I cut off the top, and these are going to act as my two aprons. I also have another little piece left over that I had to cut off the section I'm going to use for the legs, because I want that section to be a little narrower than what I'm using for the top. That way when I put the legs on, there's a bit of a reveal. Now I'm going to mount these legs at an angle, so they're going to actually come from the top, they're going to flare out down to the side like a typical farm style bench. Okay, so I've determined what side I want out, and I want the other the part that's facing down, to be my outside of the leg. But I need to cut a bevel here and a bevel here parallel to each other, or on the same plane, so they attach to the leg and they flare out. Well, what I've done is set my skill saw up with a 10-degree bevel on it, so it's cutting in. So I need to make both cuts from this side where the bevel is facing down. Now, you can use a straight edge. Just figure out where your blade's going to contact, use a straight edge and cut it and screw it down or clamp it down. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and cut them freehand. If you're not comfortable with that, obviously using a straight edge is the best method. Okay, so I got everything put together. It's all screwed together. And now I'm just gonna take my sander. I'm gonna sand it all out. I'm gonna knock a little bit of this edge off just with the sanding disc. So, with very minimal tools, a skill saw, a drill, and a handsaw, and a slab of wood, you can build a pretty nice little bench. A really sturdy, pretty nice little bench. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you tune in tomorrow, I'll show you a really cheap way to finish this bench and make it look like it's a really nice finish. And if you're wondering about what's going on over here behind me, this is a Facebook project that I'm posting pictures of the progress of only on Facebook. So if you want to check that out, go check out my Facebook page. We'll talk to you soon.